They can't hear you, Austin.
All right. Can everyone hear me? Does that fix it? All right. Hey, there's nothing better than tea, except maybe video games. Video games made locally that you created. All right. Okay, I'm sorry, everyone. With about 200 viewers, I couldn't miss the opportunity for a little bit of trolling. Thank you for your patience, and thank you all so much for joining us tonight. It's going to be a fantastic night. This is the U of M and EMU Student Game Showcase. We do this about twice a year at the end of every semester. And, oh gosh, it is just such a magical night. You've got these students working so hard, right, in many different disciplines, really stressing themselves not only to be excellent engineers, but to be designers, artists, musicians as well, working with different disciplines outside of the course to make these fantastic multidisciplinary products we call games, right? You have some fantastic experiences ahead of you tonight, and I think you're going to have a fantastic time. So thank you all once again for joining us. But what on earth is this thing? What event have you come to here, and what are we going to be doing for the next couple hours? Well, let's go ahead and take a look, all right? This is the EECS 494, and I'll get tiny a little bit over here. This is the EECS 494 and EMU Showcase. This is typically an event where we all get together in the BBB, and if we get enough people, we blow out the power. We've done that about 2 times now. The games are just too much fun. The building can't handle it. We get together, we play games, the students all set up their games on the sides here. It's a really, really cool expo, right? People bring really cool stuff. They bring pins to give away. You can kind of see them there. There's voting that happens, and the winners get some prizes. And people come in these fantastic costumes. Let me go ahead and I'll disappear there. People bring fantastic costumes that are super, super fun. It is a joyous day and one that is full of fun. Okay, I'm sad to miss these costumes this year because unfortunately, due to the circumstances right now, due to COVID, due to so many things happening in the world, we can't really have the showcase. And to speak to that, the students have worked so hard this semester, and this has been a semester that has been so hard on so many. And so I want to congratulate our students right away for persevering, for rising, and really making magic happen in very tough circumstances. So well done, team. Thank you so much. So this is not happening in person this semester, but that doesn't mean we can't have an incredible night. So we're going to do it virtually, all right? 494showcase.com. Perhaps you are watching from that website right now. Well, 494showcase.com, if you look at it, it has a ton of games on it. Right, a lot of games, I believe about 20 plus, and each game has a trailer, if you click on it, and a download page on itch.io. So today you're going to be going to these games, you're going to be playing them, and you're going to be voting. You can see the little voting button down there at the bottom. You're going to click that, and you've got a few hours to get your votes in to decide who's going to win the first, second, and third place prize, all right? But anyway, what is EECS 494? Well, EECS 494 is the main game development class here at Michigan, at least the game production class. We have some other fantastic game-related courses as well. We'll talk about those in a sec. But who has seen this game before, right? I imagine a lot of you watching have seen this game right here, Legend of Zelda, Nintendo's 1986 fantasy epic, a treasured classic. But have you seen this game with a motorbike? All right, so in this course, in fact, in the first 2 weeks of EECS 494, students get up and running fast with game development technologies and techniques and the engineering behind how you build these kind of things, to the point where they can recreate these original games, either Zelda or Metroid, but also add on new content to it. So in this case, a motorbike. And so it's extremely fun and exciting, and this team did a fantastic job. They then go on to build larger showcase games in about 5 to 6 weeks, and those are what you're going to be playing today, okay? So please look forward to it. All right. So game dev, right? When you think of game dev and games, and you might think of just, hey, entertainment, right? Something to preoccupy you for a little bit. But games and these techniques that we're learning can be so much more. All right? If you go to Ann Arbor Spark, which is downtown, go to downtown Ann Arbor, you'll find a lot of startups that are using game dev knowledge and techniques and engineering to build other things beyond games for entertainment. For instance, a social network or a visualizer, right? A visualization tool. I believe this was created about 2 days that helps you understand your network as it grows over time. You can see the timeline up there. What about a research project where you use game dev technologies to quickly visualize interactions with a phone, right, over time? What if you wanted to visualize your wedding, right? This is BrideView, great friends of mine in downtown Ann Arbor. They use Unity and game development technologies and techniques to let you visualize your wedding and plan it before you drop the big bucks on that event. And it's very, very fun and useful as a tool. And then we have another spectacular startup downtown. This is Spellbound AR, run by my friend Christina York. A lot of 494 students actually work at this startup. They use augmented reality to bring pop-up books to life for children who are undergoing really scary pediatric medical care. So a child goes in to maybe get a scary procedure or a doctor's visit. How can we distract those children with a really cool experience that makes them want to come back, right? And so it's so wonderful, right? Game dev for visualization, for research, but also for humanity as well. Very, very impactful cause. So I want to show you something, a really cool clip. This is Steve Jobs from Macworld 2000. This is a moment when Steve Jobs introduces the dock, right? Which all of you know on the bottom of the Mac OS kind of user experience is this dock where the icons kind of get big and all juicy if you magnify and take your cursor over them so you can see them better. I want to show you, okay, and listen, how does the crowd react when they see this feature, okay? Let's watch this clip right here. Oh, I'm going to have to jump ahead. Hold on. Let's pause that and get out of the slideshow here. Doop. And I'll bring this down so we can see it. Here we go. Okay, watch this. Watch this. And listen to the crowd, how they react to these things that Steve is showing off.
And I can put anything in here I want. I can put websites, I can put documents, I can put anything, applications, anything that I use, and I can rearrange them at will. And the dock just accommodates anything I want. When I drag something out, it gets bigger. Right? Now, a question would be, well, how small can it get? Well, it can get pretty small, actually. You can actually set the maximum tile size, and it'll shrink from there if you have more stuff. But you can actually say, well, it'll get really small. I can hold like 128 things here. How would I ever see them, though, if they get this small, or if I even prefer them this small? Well, we have something we call magnification, which works kind of like this.
Right. So is that incredible? Right? So what's interesting there is that you've got the crowd just going crazy for a really juicy feature being added to the Mac OS operating system. But what's interesting is that that kind of feature, that kind of juice we call it in game dev terminology, it existed in video games way before it was introduced into Mac OS, right? And so what's cool there is that you're seeing game dev techniques and technologies kind of going into all these other aspects of software, right? Creating a really rich and interactive and visual future. If we're going to do that, we're going to need these game dev technologies all over the place. So, all right. So EECS-494 is not just about learning the engineering behind how you build these games and these great interactive experiences. We also work in a little bit of project management. So how can you make sure that the time you're investing, right, that the people you're assigning is all happening in a really efficient way, okay? And so we use tools like Jira, industry standard tools, to get that done. There's Hack and Plan right there. We also teach a little bit of art, right? And how you can make a game look better using things like color palettes that are consistent. And we also consider things like music, right? If you want to create an incredible experience, you need more than just engineering knowledge, right? You need to interact with and get to know these other disciplines really well as well, right? And so we also need to, of course, think about design, all right? And that involves maybe some paper prototyping, sketching, communicating with the rest of the team. So we try and teach a lot of things in this course. So tonight, right, this is not the U of M Student Game Showcase. This is the U of M plus EMU Student Game Showcase. And we're so fortunate to have Professor Corbin Reeves of Eastern Michigan University here with us with several EMICH teams with some really cool projects. Corbin, take it away.
Hey, Austin, thank you so much again for having us. We truly love being here every single year. This has been a huge thing that the students look forward to every semester, and this really gives us a chance to show off what we've been working on. Eastern Michigan University, our focus is on art. Art and design is our primary aspects that we study here at EMU, but we like to take some time and show our students how to develop using Unity and other software packages of the such. For a lot of students, this is their very first time ever programming and working within Unity. So these games are the culmination of all of their efforts throughout the semester. And we kind of get to see all of their hard work and efforts put forward here in the end. I just want to give a special thank you to Dr. Pamela Spielman, Dr. Suleiman Asher, for being such a huge supporter of the EMU game dev side of the SAG program. And I just want to, again, congratulate all of our students on making it through this trying and difficult time.
Thank you so much, Corbin. I haven't seen the EMU games. I cannot wait to play them. I've seen them a little bit, and they look awesome. Thank you, Corbin. All right. We also have with us Amber Renton, who is the president of the Wolverine Soft Studio, an MDP on campus, where students can actually get a little bit of credit for working on a big project team with a bunch of other students. So Amber, take it away.
Yeah, thank you so much for the intro, Austin. I'm really excited to be here. Like Austin said, I am in charge of a student-led studio that creates one game per semester. And what you see on screen right now is our latest game that we've been making this fall 2020 semester. It's a 2D top-down twin-stick shooter. I highly recommend you play it. I think it's our most fantastic game to date. Anyway, we accept students of all disciplines and backgrounds. So 494 students who are watching this, anyone else in the audience, we highly encourage you to join us. This is a fantastic opportunity. And like was mentioned earlier, we actually offer credits for students who join us, academic credits. So this is a great way to boost your GPA or earn your graduation requirements faster while also making something fantastic. And I really can't wait for you guys to play this game. It's going to be awesome. In our next few slides, we actually showcase our fall 2019 game, which is Dream Willow. And this was made by approximately 30 students. I forgot to say this, but our current studio project was made by 25 students. So it's really fantastic. These guys all come together to make a really impactful project. And I could not have done it without our impactful student leads. They're all excellent. So please shout out to them as well. And then in our final two slides, we also have a link to our studioitch.io page where you can see all the games we've made. I believe we've made around 5 so far and counting. And then our final slide is going to be a link to apply for our winter 2021 semester of the studio. And I really hope you do, because this is a fantastic opportunity to learn and chill in a laid back team that's going to make something fantastic by the end of each semester. So thank you very much. And I look forward to seeing you guys play some of these games.
Yes, thank you so much, Amber. This is an impactful org. If you're looking for portfolio pieces, if you're looking to just have a great time working with a big group of game dev enthusiasts, then definitely consider interacting with this studio, okay? Thanks again. Okay, let's talk about the schedule tonight. So from about 7 to 7:45 p.m., we're introducing the showcase. We're going to show off in just a few moments some really great trailers for each game. So you get to see kind of what the philosophy and what the idea behind each game is, and then you can go play them after that, all right? Because from 7:45 to 9:15, we are playing and voting, okay? We are playing, actually, I think this is 10. Okay, this is a typo here. This is actually 10. So from about 8 to 10, we will be playing the games and we will be voting, all right? And then at about 10 o'clock, we'll be going over the voting results. And so our teams will be getting some really cool prizes, a bunch of Steam game codes at that time, okay? So on the topic of voting, it used to be when you came to our in-person showcase, you would grab some of these priceless gems and their value would propel someone to victory, right? You put these gems into a bag representing each team, and then we'd weigh them to find out who won. However, this year, we're doing it digitally. Okay, so it's a little bit easier, though maybe not quite as much fun. You play the games, and then you go and you click this button in the bottom right corner. Google keeps covering my button. Look at that. So you can see it right down there. There it is. And be sure to get your vote in. You need to vote for 7 of your favorite games out of about 20 or 21. Yes, so please do that before you run out of time. Okay? Cool. So an event like this takes a lot of effort and investment from many different parties to make it work. Okay? So we've got some thank yous to give. Thank you so much to Stephen Krang, Daniel Hicks, Zachary Champion, the entire CSE marketing and communications team. Thank you so much for helping us get these phenomenal crowds that the students love interacting with. So we don't necessarily need equipment and facilities this semester because of COVID, but during a normal semester, George and Brian help out a tremendous amount. Thank you so much, and we hope to work with you in the future. Collaboration. So what's interesting about EECS 494 is that it actually works with other fantastic courses. So Matthew Thompson's fantastic PAT 305 video game music course is just incredible. I recommend you take it. And we actually have our students interact with the students from that course, and it's kind of a freelancer relationship. So our engineering teams work with the music teams in Professor Thompson's course to get incredible music into the games. And so it's really, really awesome. Chad, do we have any PAT 305 students in the chat? Such an incredible course. Please consider taking it, everyone. Senior consultants, thank you so much to my mom and dad, Pam and Dave Yarker. Couldn't do it without you. Emotional support in many other ways. I appreciate it. Thank you, a big thank you to the EMU SAG, Simulation, Animation, and Gaming Director, Pamela Spielman, for her support. Thank you to all the former EECS 494 professors. The course that we have now is a result of iteration, lots of it, and that started with these prior professors, right, who have given us this incredible foundation for what we have now. Thank you so much, team. All of our 494 UMich and EMU SAG alumni, right, we've had a lot of alumni at various studios kind of interacting with the club, interacting with students, and helping us out so much. I want to shout out Apoorva Bansal at Sucker Punch Productions in particular, and James Kotzian at Volition. And there are a lot of others as well. Thank you so much, everyone. You make a huge impact. Thank you for the support, the entire Michigan CSE faculty and staff for letting me teach this course. I just love to do it. And most of all, thank you so much to the students in EECS 494 and EMU for your invested, inspired work, which we're all going to get to benefit from tonight. All right? You deserve to reap what you've sown, and you've sown some incredible, incredible experiences. So thank you so much. And thank you so much to the EECS 494 team. Amber Renton, a spectacular IA who's done so much work not only for EECS 494, but for Wolverine Soft Studio and the entire community around here. An incredible representative of our community. Thank you so much. Thank you to Luke Lowry, who took my course last semester and did an incredible job, created a really, really unique and fun game in Janitoria, and has been dynamite with his feedback that he's been giving this semester. Thank you, Luke. And Ishwar, there we go. Ishwar Mohan, who actually interned at Roblox last summer, a spectacular GSI whose insight is just fantastic, right? He's done discussion sections for us. He's helped us grade in these long marathon grading sections. And thank you so much, Ish, for your investment here. Every single project feels that. All right. I think that is just about it. So let's get to the trailers. Let's go. What's taking us so long? So we've got a bunch of trailers here. We're going to watch them all. Be sure to clap in the chat. And if there are emotes for a certain team in the better twitch.tv, make sure you get those out there, all right? Some nice, wholesome memes and emoji. And let's go ahead and go. First up, we have circuitry. Oh, and by the way, chat, you got to help me. If it starts to lag, you got to let me know. In fact, Ishwar, as you, could you try and put some of these into the chat? Or Corbin, you can help me do that too. Put these links into the chat. You should have this document in your email inbox, Corbin. All right, let's go ahead and get to it. First up, we have Circuitry by Wolverine Soft Studio.